type yes in the chat box. Then we'll start with the session. Yeah? Okay, so hi everyone, this is Vanshika, and today I'm going to be teaching you egg-free cupcakes, chocolate cupcakes with American coffee buttercream. So I'm a student at the Academy of Pastry Arts and I'm doing the 9-month diploma program over here. And recently also I started my own business. So I'm really excited to show my own recipe to you. So we have two elements in this recipe. One is the coffee buttercream and one is the chocolate cupcakes. So I'm going to start with the coffee buttercream. We have ingredients of 7 grams of coffee powder. You can use any coffee powder that you like. 200 grams of butter, 200 grams of icing sugar, and I also have some water that I'll warm up with, that will be used with the coffee. So the consistency of my butter is soft. You need to take soft butter because it really helps in creaming the mixture. You can see if I press the butter, there's an indent on the butter. That means that your butter is soft. If you've just taken it out of the chiller, I would suggest that you should microwave it for 10 to 15 seconds. Don't melt your butter because if you melt the butter, the fat and the water naturally present in the butter will split and it won't give you a creaming texture. So I'm just going to put my soft butter into the KitchenAid bowl. So it's okay if you don't have a KitchenAid machine. I'm going to use the padded attachment. You can go ahead and do it with the hand beater as well, also hand whisk. Just make sure your butter is soft. So my cleaning process has started. The next ingredient that I'm going to add is the icing sugar. It's 200 grams. So it's 1:1 ratio. I'm adding icing sugar here because icing sugar contains cornstarch in it and it really helps the buttercream to be stable. So as you can see, my butter was soft, so it's really creaming properly. It's incorporating air inside it. So I'm going to stop the machine, put it down and scrape the sides before I add my icing sugar. This helps in incorporating the icing sugar nicely. So I'm going to bring it back to the center. So all my icing sugar goes in. I'm using President unsalted butter because it has 82% of fat in it. You can go ahead and use your Amul unsalted butter. At the Academy we only use unsalted butter. The thing with salted butter is that it's made up with vegetable oil, so it's easy for you to spread on your normal toast. So that's why we use it normally. So that's why I'm using unsalted butter over here. So till that this is creaming, you get a nice fluffy pale texture. I request my friend to just zoom in here. So I have coffee powder and I have some water. So this you need your water. I'll just warm it up so that you can make a slurry out of the coffee powder and add it into the buttercream mixture. You have to make a slurry out of the coffee powder because these are some large chunks of coffee powder which will not be incorporated nicely in the buttercream. So just making a slurry out of it would give you the right texture. So I'm just going to warm up the water. Just 10-15 seconds. It doesn't need to be so hot. Just 10-15 seconds. Lukewarm. And for 7 grams of coffee powder, I'm just going to add 1/4 teaspoon or half teaspoon of water. I'm going to mix it. You're looking for a paste kind of consistency, so depending increase or reduce the coffee flavor. I personally really like coffee, so I just want more coffee flavor in my product always. Don't add too much water because you don't want your buttercream to incorporate more liquid and then it won't be too pipable. So as you can see, I've just stirred it and it's like a paste kind of a situation here. You just need to add this in your buttercream. And you can see the buttercream is getting light, fluffy. So I'm just going to scrape it again. And now I'm going to add the coffee paste that I made. This will give you a nice brown color in your coffee buttercream without adding any extra preservative in your frosting. So I'm using 1:1 ratio for the buttercream and the sugar because it provides much more nicer stability. So I'll just let it mix. You can see the coffee is getting incorporated in it. I don't want to over mix this mixture because I really want that light, fluffy, airy texture in it. So when I see that all the coffee powder slurry mixture is incorporated, I will stop and I will just give it a mix by my hand. So usually with this American buttercream, since it becomes really soft, I like to keep this buttercream in the chiller, which is your fridge. In the freezer, this buttercream can last up to a month, and in the chiller, it can last up to a week. So you can always make this prior and store this in the chiller, and you'll always have a frosting ready for you guys. This is so easy that it's already done. Like one component of your cupcakes is done. It's a very easy and delicious recipe, and since Rakhi is coming, you guys, I'm sure, would want to gift anything to your brothers or sisters. Anybody can make it. The ingredients are super simple, always available. So you can see the texture of the buttercream. It's very light, it's very fluffy, and it's ready. So I'm just going to put it in the chiller, the fridge here, and we can go ahead and start with our cupcakes. So for the cupcakes, I have butter again, unsalted butter, 100 grams of sugar, which is caster sugar. So in the category, we use caster sugar because it's fine particles and it allows more air interaction to it. I have 1.5 TSP of baking powder. Since this recipe has baking powder, it means you can store up this batter up to 3 days. If it had baking soda, you have to bake the cupcakes immediately. It has 18 grams of cocoa powder, 50 grams of cream. So cream is another fat element present in this recipe. So the texture of this cupcake will be very creamy, velvety on the mouthfeel. And when you bite into this, it's very soft and moist. So I like to add cream into my products. And I have 72 grams of flour, which is your normal maida, and 60 ml of milk, which provides the liquidness to the batter. So if you want to completely avoid the cocoa powder, you can go ahead and do 90 grams of flour altogether, which will make it a vanilla cupcake, of course. And you can always add some zest to according to your flavorings. And with your buttercream also, you can always drop the coffee and add some flavor to it. So by that time, I'm just going to get another khichdi and a paddle. I'm going to start cleaning my butter again. air is trapped in, your product is lighter, fluffier, and yeah, softer. So since this is a small quantity, you have to keep on scraping the sides of your KitchenAid, and this recipe will give you 9 cupcakes of 35 grams each. So on the other side, I'm just going to mix all my dry ingredients together. It's good to mix your dry sieved ingredients together. I'm going to repeat sieved ingredients together because sieving the ingredients also incorporates more air. And when you mix all your dry ingredients together, it ensures that when you pour the dry ingredients into the liquid batter, they are distributed evenly. There is no unevenness of the distribution of the dry ingredients in the batter. I'm going to use a light mix. So my butter is quite soft, so I'm going to throw in the sugar. One thing that you should make sure with this cupcakes is not to overmix the batter. The more you overmix the batter, the less air that will be entrapped in it, and the purpose of us entrapping the air will be defeated. Are there any questions?
Your answer. What flavors can you make with that buttercream?
So you can go ahead and make any flavors. So I like coffee. So you can, if you find a rose, if you're making a vanilla cupcake with rose buttercream, you can go in and add rose essence. Just make sure you don't add more than 15 ml of liquid into your buttercream because it will then split, and you do not want a split texture in your buttercream. Always scrape your sides. So next up we're going to add cream. So all my ingredients are at room temperature. Just in case if you've taken it out of the chiller, I would suggest you microwave for 10 seconds. Not too warm, you don't want your buttercream to be split. Once my butter and sugar is combined, I'm going to put it on slow speed and add in the 50 grams of cream. So over here we use the 35% of dairy fat whipping cream. In this recipe you can substitute with your normal Amul cream that you find easily in the market. The fat content present in this cream only gives me a good, better texture. So I'm going to pour in the cream. So I'm only going to mix till the time my cream is incorporated. I'm not going to mix more than that. So getting incorporated. Next up, I'm going to add in the vanilla essence. We use the Bush vanilla essence. I'm just going to throw in 1 cap because it's a chocolate cupcake. I don't want the vanilla flavor to overpower it. That's it. That's it, I'm going to scrape the sides. So always when you add another ingredient, make sure you scrape the bowl nicely and bring all your ingredients to the center. That way you can incorporate more air to your product and it will be nicely incorporated. So this is my baking powder, cocoa powder and flour. I'm going to start adding it. So another trick that I learned here at the academy is always start with the flour and end with the flour and should alternate with the milk. This way your flour absorbs extra moisture from the batter, and by adding the milk you get a thicker batter. So you can do this in parts, which is better. So I'm going to add 1 part of my dry ingredients. Mix it. I'm going to slowly drop the milk into the mixture, very slowly, and just half of it. And make sure your ingredients are at room temperature, guys, because this has so much of fat in it, your batter may split and you won't get a good texture. So I don't want to overmix the batter. Now I'm going to add the second part of the flour. And there goes all my dry ingredients. Mix it.
And then push it forward. Now this is going to get tilted.
There's some of it left, so I'm going to alternate
Side
it again.
of
Add all my milk. And lastly, I'm going to add the last one of the flour. Just very little mix with the KitchenAid now. I don't want to overmix this batter. I don't want to deflate the air that I've created. It's a beautiful thick batter. It's very easy. Our cupcake batter is ready. It's ready, guys. It hardly took 10 minutes? Not even 10 minutes. You can prepare this anytime. You can store these. You can bake them anytime you like. Midnight munchies. So I'm just going to scrape this. And I'm going to mix it by hand now because I don't want more mixing by the machine and I don't want to deflate it. So I'm just going to fold it once. So as I said earlier, you get 9 cupcakes of 35 grams each. Sorry. That's it. Till the time I don't see large flour pockets, you can see this batter is thick, it's nice, it's very delicious. I baked a batch earlier and one of my friends just had them. She had 2 of them back. I'm going to put this here. Now I'm going to use these cupcake liners I have. You can go ahead and use your cupcake tin as well. If you're using your tin, make sure you grease them because it would be easier for you to demold them. So, and I always like to use a wing scale as I'm again and again saying 35 grams each. It only ensures that your cupcakes are consistent every time and they bake evenly. So I'm just going to transfer the batter. Do you have any questions till the time? Any questions?
Can we skip the cream?
You can skip the cream, but I would suggest don't play too much with it because the cream adds another flavor, another texture to your cupcakes, and it's a really nice mouthfeel. If you're skipping the cream, make sure you add a little more liquid, like 10 ml, increase the milk. It's a small tip because anyway my liners are very small. So I'm just going to show you how to pipe inside the liner. So usually go round. So this way I achieve an even texture, an even filling. It's not dropping from somewhere. And I'm just going to pick up and put it here. So I'm going to fill 9 of these. It's okay if you don't fill like this and you scoop out your mixture. Just make sure you fill 35 grams each. If you don't have a weighing scale, just make sure you fill 3/4 of your cupcake mold. Since that's where you can achieve a nice height with it. With this batter, you can go ahead and make it into a cake as well. You just need to adjust your quantities accordingly to your ring size. And as I was saying, you can always skip the cocoa powder and go ahead and make it a vanilla cupcake. Add in some orange zest or lemon zest. You need a refreshing flavor during this summer heat. And you can even change the buttercream flavor according to it. What you can do also for making it into a cake, you can line it with some ganache and this coffee buttercream, and you can soak your cake with coffee syrup or liqueur, and then that's your basic opera cake. I can't wait to have all of these. And don't worry, these are not so sweet. Like the buttercream, you can reduce the sugar. Because it's an American buttercream, you need that stability. But the cupcakes, if you have it as it is without the frosting, they are perfectly balanced. I'm going to bake these at 160 degrees in my oven. It only takes 12 to 13 minutes, guys. I can't repeat enough how easy, simple, quick these cupcakes are. And it's the perfect bake for your loved ones. So it might differ in your oven 10 degrees up or down, but the time will remain same. You know your oven best, so you know it. I'm going to put these cupcakes inside the oven. So my oven is already preheated. Make sure you preheat your oven, guys. I'm going to put it for 12 minutes. That's it. We're done with our cupcakes. It's baking. Now I'll move on to showing you the piping. We're done. Like, it was so easy. I'm just going to clean my table. Cleanliness is important. I hope you all are staying safe as well. Cases and everything. I've already prepared a batch for you guys. I baked them just before the session. I'm going to show you 3 different techniques of how to pipe with the buttercream through the same sour nozzle. So I'll just get the buttercream out of the chiller. I can engage my piping bag. So you can see that the buttercream is actually stiff now, and it might be hard for you to pipe it. Like, it's really stiff. So what I like to do is, you can even paddle it again, or I like to do is, I like to put it in my piping bag. Help of the spatula. Use the warmth of my hands and rub it. This way it doesn't get more heat. It reaches the piping consistency really fast and easily. But if you have cold hands, I would suggest you to just paddle it once, get it to a piping consistency, and you can go ahead. Just make it so that it's easily biteable. And test it on your spatula once. If it's too hard, just give it another 2 minutes. Every time I can take some questions if we have some questions.
Can you repeat the temperature and the time?
Yeah, so the temperature of my oven is 160 degrees and it will take 12 to 13 minutes. To check if your cupcakes are done, just insert a skewer in the middle and it should come out clean. You can even do it with a knife. And your oven might take lesser time, more time, depending on your oven.
Can you please repeat the process for cupcakes again?
Yeah, so what I did in the beginning was just cream the butter, soft butter, I'm repeating soft butter, and sugar together till I get a nice fluffy airy texture to it. I'm going to change the lighting.
Can we make it in microwave?
So I have never tried it in the microwave, but if it's a microwave oven situation, you can try it. If you try it, please let me know. Because even I like to try it then. So this happens always with me, I don't know why. Bear with me guys. You can even pipe it there and then after making your buttercream. If you feel that it's not too loose, you can pipe it there and then, or you can store it in the chiller or the freezer. So the shelf life, see it's so smooth. See, I just piped this, it's really smooth. So I'm going to take one cupcake. So I'm going to show you a swirl, a rosette and normal stars. So for the swirls, you need to start from outside and slowly come inside. Make sure you slowly move your hand and keep it in an upright position. This takes some practice to achieve. See? Swirl. I'm going to do one more swirl. Make sure you go slow so that you can achieve these frills on the side. I'm going to show you the rosette with the same nozzle. I'm repeating, it's a star nozzle. With the rosette, you go from inside to outside and you do not give it much height. So just be slow with it. And when you reach the end, just release the pressure and that's a rosette. And just in case if you're not happy with the piping at the first time that you've done it, you can always scrape it and do it all over again. It's completely fine. Because you're anyways going to cover it with the frosting. So this is a good way to practice on the cupcakes as well. The last one that I'm going to show you, it's pretty easy. It's just pipe, lift, pipe, lift. This looks really pretty and it's really easy. The last one. Pipe, lift, pipe, lift. Yeah. I'm going to present this in a platter. With this You can reduce the size accordingly. Just make sure you take the ratios as 1:1. There you have it. Eggless chocolate cupcakes with coffee buttercream. That's it.
What is the nozzle that you're using?
So I use the star nozzle. It's easily available. You can call it, you can order it through Amazon as well. Or if you have a kit, you can use it. I'll just show you how it looks.
And can you show the texture from inside of the cupcakes?
I'll just cut one. You can see it's a little dirty, but it's star nozzle. I'm going to cut one cupcake for you all. Should use a hot knife. It's really soft. Buttercream soft right now. I would like to cut it when it's frozen, but you can see it's really soft from inside, very moist. Really easy also. Super easy to make. Very delicious. Classic combination, coffee and chocolate. Nothing can go wrong in this. Yeah. And we're ending the session. You can make this for your brothers, sisters, anyone, your loved ones. And I hope you make these and you tag me and the Academy. I go by the name of deliciosa.take on Instagram. You can, if you make it and have any doubts, you can always reach out to me. I hope you like this session and would love to see you again. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.